Hello students, today I am going to discuss regarding RNTCP. RNTCP means Revised National Tuberculosis Control Program. So before going to start the discussion on RNTCP, a brief history of tuberculosis want to tell you. Tuberculosis is one of the most ancient diseases. It has been referred to in Vedas and Ayurveda Samhita. In India, the first tuberculosis was first open air institution for isolation and treatment of tuberculosis patient was founded in 1906 in Tilaunia near Ajmer and Almora in the Himalayas in 1908. In 1909, the first tuberculosis problem recognized through a resolution passed in the All India Sanitary Conference held in Madras in 1912. Dr. Fremont Muller, the first medical superintendent, played a large role in India's fight against tuberculosis through training of tuberculosis workers, conducting tuberculosis survey, and establishment of Association of India, Tuberculosis Association of India in 1939, and introduction of BCG vaccination in 1948. The Bohr Committee report issued in 1946 estimated about 2.5 million patients required treatment in the country with only 6,000 beds available. In addition, the first tuberculosis dispensary was opened in Bombay in 1917, that followed by another in Madras. Soon, anti-tuberculosis societies were formed in Lucknow and Ajmer. So coming to the revised National Tuberculosis Control Program, just discussing regarding the problems of tuberculosis in India along with some statistics. So tuberculosis is a specific infectious disease that caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis that mostly affect lungs. Every year, 10 million people fall ill with tuberculosis. 1.5 million people die from tuberculosis each year, that making it the world's top infectious killer. Commonly, it occurs in low and middle income countries, but it is present all over the world. About half of the people with tuberculosis can be found in 8 countries, that are Bangladesh, China, India, Indonesia, Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines and South Africa. About 1/4 of world's population is estimated to be infected by tuberculosis bacteria. Only 5 to 15% of these people will fall ill with active tuberculosis disease. Rest are having infection but are not ill and cannot transmit the disease. Both TB infections and diseases are curable using antibiotics. Regarding the timeline of TB program in India, the National Tuberculosis Program of India was launched by Government of India in 1962 in the form of district TB center model involved with BCG vaccination and TB treatment. In 1978, BCG vaccination was shifted under the expanded program on immunization. Then in the year 1992, that National Tuberculosis Control Program, it has been seen that National Tuberculosis Control Program could not achieve its objectives for TB control. So at the same time, in 1993, WHO declared TB as a global emergency that devised the directly observed treatment short course and recommended to follow it by all countries. The Government of India revitalized National Tuberculosis Program as the revised National Tuberculosis Program in the same year, that means in the 1993, and full-fledged DOTS services was started in the year 1997 with phased manner as pilot phase 1, 2 and 3. Then large-scale implementation was begun in the late 1998, and by the end of 2005, entire country was covered under this revised program. During 2006 to 2011, its second phase of revised National Tuberculosis Control Program improved the quality and reach out these services. And National AIDS Control Program and a revised National Tuberculosis Program have developed a national framework of joint TB and HIV collaborative activities. Nationwide coverage for management of drug-resistant tuberculosis began in the year 2007 and has been achieved in March 2013. In the year 2014, the World Health Assembly approved AN-TB strategy. The standard for TB care in India have been published jointly by RNTCP and World Health Organization in the same year, that means in 2014. During this period, for achievement of the long-term vision of TB-free India, National Strategic Plan for Tuberculosis Control 2012 to 2017 was documented with the goal of universal access to quality tuberculosis diagnosis and treatment for all tuberculosis patients in the community. So these are about the timelines and the milestones of tuberculosis program developed in India. So, however, to eliminate this tuberculosis in India by 2005, that 5 years program global target, and it was developed for along with for all these activities of stakeholders, including the national and state governments, development partners, civil society organizations, international agencies, research institutions, private sector, and many other agencies whose work is relevant to tuberculosis elimination in India is formulated by revised National Tuberculosis Program as National Strategic Plan for Tuberculosis Elimination from 2017 to 2025. So, objective of the revised National Tuberculosis Control Program to achieve and maintain a cure rate of at least 85% among newly detected infections, that new sputum smear positive cases. Next objective is to achieve and maintain detection of at least 70% of such cases in the population. So these are the most important objectives of RNTCP. That revised strategy includes augmentation of organizational support at the center and state level, use sputum testing as a primary method for diagnosis of TB, standardized treatment regimen, ensuring regular uninterrupted supply of drugs, emphasis on training, IEC, operational research, NGO involvements, and increased budgetary outlay. So, National Strategic Plan for Tuberculosis Elimination, that means that RNTCP is renamed by 2020 is National Strategic Plan for Tuberculosis Elimination Program from 2017 to 2025. So RNTCP has released this National Strategic Plan for the control and elimination of tuberculosis in India by 2025. So, vision of this program is TB-free India with zero deaths, disease and poverty due to TB. And goal is to achieve a rapid decline in the burden of tuberculosis, morbidity and mortality while working towards the elimination of tuberculosis in India by 2025. So according to this National Strategic Plan for Tuberculosis Elimination has been integrated into 4 strategic pillars that are detect, treat, prevent and build. So detect means detection of the case, treat regular treatment with anti-tuberculous drugs and prevent take the preventive measures for spreading of disease and control the TB. In the year 2012, Central Tuberculosis Division, in collaboration with National Informatics Center, has developed a web-based platform that Nikshoy, which has now been scaled up nationally. Nikshoy, the term Ni means end, Shkhoy means TB. Is the web-enabled or web-based patient management system for tuberculosis control under the RNTCP. So it is developed and maintained by the Central Tuberculosis Division, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India in collaboration with the National Informatics Centers and WHO. So is used by health functionaries at various levels across the country, both in public and private sectors, to register cases under their care, order various types of tests from labs across the country, record treatment, and to transfer cases between care providers. It also functions as the national tuberculosis surveillance systems and enables reporting of various surveillance data to the Government of India. So, TB problem in India. India has the highest burden of tuberculosis and multi-drug resistance tuberculosis in the world, disproportionately high even for India's populations. So it's severe local epidemics due to geographical variations in the epidemic and its trends. Severe local epidemics are hidden behind inadequate data and surveillance systems which miss most privately treated patients. Delay in diagnosis, inadequate treatment, high rates of recurrent tuberculosis, drug resistance, diabetes, HIV, undernutrition, urbanization, etc. are important factors that persisting tuberculosis epidemics in India. So regarding epidemiological indices that are generally used in tuberculosis problem management program strategies. So epidemiological indices includes the incidence. The number incidence means the number of new and recurrent episodes of tuberculosis occurring in a given year. Next, the prevalence means the number of cases, all form of TB cases at a given point of time. Then mortality, the number of deaths due to tuberculosis in HIV negative people. Then case notification, case fatality rate, case detection rate, prevalence of drug resistance cases. These are the most important epidemiological indices used in tuberculosis problem measurement program strategies. So revised definitions of tuberculosis case includes: number 1, microbiologically confirmed tuberculosis cases refers to a presumptive TB patients with biological specimen positive for acid-fast bacilli or for Mycobacterium tuberculosis on culture or positive for tuberculosis through quality assured rapid diagnostic molecular test. Number 2, the clinically diagnosed TB case refers to a presumptive TB case who is not microbiologically confirmed but has been diagnosed with active TB by a clinician on the basis of X-ray abnormalities, histopathology, or clinical signs with a decision to treat the patient with a full course of anti-TB treatment. So these are two revised definition of TB cases. Then microbiologically confirmed or clinically diagnosed tuberculosis cases are also classified according to: number 1, anatomical site of disease; number 2, history of previous treatment; and number 3, drug resistance. So, according to the anatomical site of disease, in the tuberculosis may occur, classified into pulmonary tuberculosis or extrapulmonary tuberculosis. Both are bacteriologically confirmed or clinically diagnosed. According to the basis of history of previous tuberculosis treatment, so new patient, that means it is again classified into new patient, new case, or previously treated patient. The new case means patient who have never been treated for tuberculosis or have taken anti-tuberculosis drug for less than 1 month. And previously treated patient who received 1 month or more than 1 month of anti-tuberculosis drug in the past. They are further classified by the outcome of their most recent course of the tuberculosis, like relapse patient, treatment after failure, treatment after loss to follow, other previously treated patient, and patient with unknown previous tuberculosis treatment. So based on the drug resistance, multi-drug resistance, and extensive drug resistance, or may be classified into monodrug resistance, polydrug resistance. These 4 classification according to the classification based on drug resistance, that are monodrug resistance, polydrug resistance, multi-drug resistance, and extensive drug resistance. Monodrug resistance means resistance to one first-line anti-tuberculosis drug only. Polydrug resistance means more than one first-line anti-tuberculosis drug other than both isoniazid or rifampicin. Multi-drug resistant tuberculosis patient whose biological specimen is resistant to both isoniazid and rifampicin with or without resistance to other first-line drugs based on the result from a quality assured laboratory. Then next, extensive drug resistance. A multi-drug resistance TB case whose biological specimen is additionally resistant to a fluoroquinolone that are ofloxacin, levofloxacin or moxifloxacin and a second-line injectable anti-tubercular drug like kanamycin, amikacin or capreomycin from a quality assured laboratory. So these are about the drug resistance classification based on the drug resistance. Regarding natural history of tuberculosis, epidemiological part that categorized into mainly four categories that are agent factor, host factor, social factors and mode of transmission. So agent factors means agent is Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Source of infection may be human source or bovine source. And communicability, patients are infected as long they remain untreated. Regarding host factor, is host factor means the human being mainly. So tuberculosis affect all ages, sex more prevalent in men. Then it is not hereditary and malnourished are predisposed. Then no inherited immunity, but immunity is acquired by naturally or by BCG vaccination. Regarding social factor, poor quality life, poor housing, overcrowding, population explosion, undernutrition, smoking, alcoholic, lack of knowledge, large family, early marriage, etc. These are among the social factors. Then mode of transmission, it's a droplet infection and droplet nuclei generated by sputum positive patient with pulmonary tuberculosis. Regarding the incubation period may be 3 to 6 weeks or months or a year. Who is most at risk for tuberculosis? Tuberculosis mostly affect adults in their most productive life. However, all age groups are at risk. Over 95% of cases and deaths are in developing countries, and people who are infected with HIV and those people whose immunity system is impaired due to other conditions and undernutrition and regarding and the children 0 to 14 years of age group, alcoholic patient and uh, people using tobacco smoking habit. Regarding symptoms of tuberculosis and its diagnosis, tuberculosis symptoms are very variable and depends on the type of tuberculosis in the part of the body affected. If symptoms are present, it's called active TB in case of pulmonary TB, and if there is no symptoms, it is called latent TB. So common symptoms in case of active pulmonary or lung TB are cough with sputum and blood at times, chest pain, weakness or feeling very tired, weight loss, lack of appetite, high temperature and night sweat. Regarding control of tuberculosis. Control of tuberculosis means reduction in the prevalence and incidence of diseases in the community. So control measures are include curative components and preventive component. Curative component includes case finding and treatment with tubercular drugs. Case finding under the case findings, early detection of sputum positive cases, target group, intensified TB case findings activities, case finding tools. These are the activities under case findings. Then under the treatment of tuberculosis includes chemotherapy, use of chemotherapy and anti-tubercular drugs. So anti-tubercular drugs are for first line. Anti-tubercular drugs includes first line drugs and second line drugs. So first line drugs again it's divided into bactericidal and bacteriostatic. Bactericidal means these are the drugs mainly used for killing the bacilli. And bacteriostatic and the drugs in which inhibits the multiplication of bacilli. So under the bactericidal drugs used mainly rifampicin, isoniazid, streptomycin and pyrazinamide. Under the bacteriostatic drugs namely ethambutol and para-amino salicylic acid. So, under the second line drugs used for tubercular treatment includes fluoroquinolones, ethionamide, capreomycin, kanamycin and amikacin, cycloserine, thioacetazone, macrolides, bedaquinolone. So, side effects of tubercular drugs includes reactions are severe rash due to thioacetazone, hearing loss due to streptomycin, visual disturbance due to ethambutol, renal failure shock due to rifampicin, and hepatitis due to use of pyrazinamide. So students, please remember that you have to know all these first line tubercular drugs and second line tubercular drugs because you are going to be a staff nurse. So you are the backbone of the hospital ward for treatment for administration of medication. You will be the responsible, so you have to know regarding all these anti-tubercular drugs, name of the anti-tubercular drugs and administered according to the physician's prescription, dose and prescription. You have to follow right route of the medicine administration and please please follow up for reaction occurs for use of these anti-tubercular drugs. So two-phase chemotherapy, that is two-phase chemotherapy. First is a short or aggressive or intense phase early in the course of treatment lasting for 1 to 3 months. And second or continuation phase, it's not less than 18 months. And that means it's introduction of rifampicin, pyrazinamide. Now it is reduced to 6 to 9 months. latest drug regimen for tuberculosis. So, the goal of tuberculosis treatment includes to decrease case fatality and morbidity by ensuring relapse-free cure, to minimize and prevent development of drug resistance, to render patient non-infectious, break the chain of transmission, and to decrease the pool of infection. So, students, you remember that the goal of TB treatment means we have to decrease the case fatality, minimize and prevent the drug resistance, development of drug resistance. So, we have to be careful for in tuberculosis detection, case detection, diagnosis, and proper continuation of proper treatment. Daily drug regimen under this RNTCP program for new TB case in intensive phase, 2 months treatment with isoniazid, rifampicin, pyrazinamide and ethambutol. In continuation phase, isoniazid, rifampicin and ethambutol. For previously treated TB cases, in case of intensive phase, isoniazid, rifampicin, pyrazinamide, ethambutol and streptomycin plus 1 month addition for isoniazid, rifampicin, pyrazinamide and ethambutol. In continuation phase of previously treated cases, isoniazid, rifampicin and ethambutol. In case of multi-drug resistance TB cases without additional resistance, the type of TB case, the rifampicin resistance plus isoniazid sensitive or unknown unknown cases, the use of drugs in intensive phase for 6 to 9 months includes kanamycin, levofloxacin, ethionamide, cycloserine, pyrazinamide, ethambutol, and isoniazid. In continuation phase or continuous phase for 18 months, that include levofloxacin, ethionamide, cycloserine, ethambutol, and isoniazid. In case of multi-drug resistance TB cases, in intensive phase for 6 to 9 months, drugs includes kanamycin, levofloxacin, ethionamide, cycloserine, pyrazinamide, and ethambutol. So it can be modified treatment based on the level of isoniazid resistance. In continuation phase of multi-drug resistance case, for 18 months, levofloxacin, ethionamide, cycloserine and ethambutol is used. So, World Health End TB Strategy 2016 to 2035. This 20 years strategy aims to end the global tuberculosis epidemic and unsurprisingly called the End TB strategy. Ending tuberculosis is defined as an incidence rate of less than 10 people per 1 lakh population per year. The incidence rate is number of new cases of active tuberculosis disease in a population in a particular time period. The main targets of this End TB strategy are to reduce tuberculosis deaths by 95%, to cut new cases of tuberculosis by 90%, to ensure that no family is burdened with catastrophic expenses due to tuberculosis. The target of these End TB strategies includes 90-90-90. Number one target 90 means reach 90% of all people with tuberculosis. Second target, reach at least 90% of the key populations, means target population. Target 3, achieve at least 90% treatment success for all people diagnosed with tuberculosis. Regarding domiciliary or ambulatory treatment, which includes self-administration of oral drugs by the patient themselves without hospitalization. So, long course regimen, that is for 18 months. It is conventional chemotherapeutic regimen of use of isoniazid plus 1 or 2 bacteriostatic drugs. A daily regimen or maybe bi-weekly or intermittent regimens. And short course chemotherapy, which includes the 4 drugs: INS means isoniazid, rifampicin, pyrazinamide supplemented by streptomycin or ethambutol for a period of 2 months, followed by 2 drugs in continuation phase. So INS plus rifampicin or thioacetazone, which is given daily or intermittently. DOTS, direct observed treatment short course, which is established or announced by World Health Organization, a new strategy in the year 1994. DOTS, all countries and with instruction to follow by all countries with TB problem. Components of DOTS includes sustained political and financial commitment, diagnosis of tuberculosis by quality ensured sputum smear microscopy, standardized short course anti-tuberculosis treatment given under direct and supportive observation, a regular uninterrupted supply of high quality anti-tubercular drugs, standardized recording and reporting. Then DOTS involved treatment with 4 drug regimen for 6 to 9 months. So DOTS involves the drugs. These are isoniazid, rifampicin, pyrazinamide, ethambutol. So during intensive phase of treatment, a health worker or other trained personnel watches as the TB patient swallows the drugs in front of his or her presence. During continuation phase, the patient is issued medicine for 1 week in a multi-blister combi pack, of which the first dose is swallowed by the patient in the presence of health worker or trained person. The consumption of medicine is checked when the patient next comes for collection of next week medicine in the health center. So these are about the dots. If, students, you can note down all these points regarding dots as it comes in the exam for your short note. So these are about the new consolidated guidelines recommended by WHO. This includes WHO recommends a scale up of tuberculosis preventive treatment among populations at highest risk, including household contacts of tuberculosis patients, people living with HIV or other people at risk with lower immunity or living in crowded setting. WHO recommends an integration of tuberculosis preventive treatment services into ongoing case findings efforts for active tuberculosis. Next recommendations is a tuberculin skin test or interferon gamma release assay be used to test for tubercular infection. Next recommendation is for preventive treatment, in addition to the widely used 6 months of daily isoniazid, the shorter options that are now recommended range from a 1 month daily regimen of rifampicin plus isoniazid to 3 months weekly rifampicin plus isoniazid, 3 months daily rifampicin plus isoniazid, or 4 months of daily rifampicin alone. As people around the globe come together to commemorate World TB Days, WHO is calling on governments, affected communities, civil society organizations, healthcare providers, donors, partners, and the industry to unite force and step up the TB response, notably for tuberculosis preventive treatment to ensure no one is left behind. The new WHO guidance shows the way forward for millions to rapidly access new tools and shorter, safer options for preventive treatment. The time for action is now. Regarding global impact of tuberculosis, in the year 2018, the largest number of new tuberculosis cases occurred in the Southeast Asian region, with 44% of new cases, followed by the African region with 24% of new cases, and the Western Pacific with 18%. In the year 2018, 87% of new TB cases occurred in the 30 high tuberculosis burden countries. That 8 countries accounted for two-thirds of the new TB cases, like India is the first one, and China, Indonesia, Philippines, Pakistan, Nigeria, Bangladesh, and South Africa. So every year WHO, that means World Health Organizations, declare a theme for tuberculosis observance of tuberculosis day on 24th March. So this year also WHO declare a theme for tuberculosis, World Tuberculosis Day, which is its time puts the accent on the urgency to act on the commitments made by global leaders to scale up access to prevention and treatment, build accountability, ensure sufficient and sustainable financing, including for research, promote and end to stigma and discrimination, promote an equitable, rights based, and people centered tuberculosis response. So these students, all these are regarding the tuberculosis, revised tuberculosis control program in India. Thank you very much.